runs cold. We take our loot but don't get old. We take our loot but don't get old.
Twitch chat, Wardog, message over. Welcome back, guys, to day number 6 of our Aranessa Saltspite Mortal Empires campaign. Mike's in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Mike. I'm not sure who else is around yet, but let's get into it. Live scene, here we go. We are starting at Aranessa's wintry camp in Norska, after she, of course, won her battle for her new item, her new weapon, which I've completely forgotten the name of. But we can have a look. Kraken's Bane! That's the one. We just defeated the Norskans to get Kraken's Bane, and now Aranessa is taking a short rest to try and replenish some of her troops. Ari is in the chat as well. Matty's in the chat as well. Welcome, guys, to the stream. Fell asleep during the stream last night, Mike. No worries, it went on for a long time. I was kind of hoping that we'd have had it squared away before then, but me and Derek have talked, and in future we're going to actually set a time for things like that. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a bit more reliable in terms of when it actually happens. But let's crack on, shall we? Yeah. All right. We've got unassigned skill points, which are only for Sergeant Civilis. So until Son turns up, we won't be doing those. So let's proceed to turn 142.
My anger rises like the tide.
Ooh.
Don't test it.
No, they want us to pay, we don't pay. That's not how this works. Wurzag the Great Green Prophet! He's managed to take Karak Bufdar from the Wood Elves. We do have a lot of Bretonians floating around. They have taken Tabaro and Magrita from the Skaven. Could potentially become a very big problem if they decide to fight us. How's everybody's Wednesday going though, guys? Apologies, I haven't asked that question yet. Bad form on me. The Sword of Cain has been returned to its shrine. Cataclysm has been narrowly avoided, for now. Nagarond and Clarkarond have confederated, and Hockland and Laurelorn Forest have made peace. Right, I think... Did we have a... We've only got riddles. We've only got treasure hunts right now. And all but one of them are in the south. One of them is actually over here somewhere. Is the crime organisation going to be permanent, or is it an event kind of thing? No, if people are interested in it in terms of in the server and it actually has a benefit to the community, I'm going to continue doing it. Aranessa's got quite a few turns of replenishment to do, so I think while she's stationary, we are going to upgrade her barb launcher to a gaff launcher. This barbed spear is ideal for hunting big fish, men, orcs, ogres, whatever. We're definitely going to grab that. We've also apparently got the points to invest in something else, so let's have a look what we might want to get. Pirate crew growth, that and unit experience gain, that's probably a pretty good call actually. Pirate crew recruitment capacity, casualty replenishment rate, also a good one. To be honest, I think what we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, you can get all but one line. And I'm not 100% sure. Like, I guess if we unlocked this recruitment stuff on the ship, then it would mean we wouldn't have to recruit globally. But that's fine. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get all of these green ones, all of the purple ones, and then we're just going to skip one of the recruitment lines. Probably this one, because we're not going to be recruiting these, and if we do, we can recruit them globally. So we're going to get heavy ballast. Useful for keeping the ship moored, assuming it's a calm day anyway. Let's grab that. Alright, so Aranessa's not going to be going anywhere. Johnny Sinks Well, of course sponsored by Cluffix, or Ryan, is down in Miragliano, but his orders are kind of just to stay there, and Ryan's not in the stream yet, so we'll just leave him there. Pete the Wanderer, Mike. I believe you were attempting to... What were you attempting to do? Were you attempting to go back to Sartosa? Oh, it looks like there's a whole shitload new Chaos fleets that just arrived. Yes, so I can get a lord. Okay, yeah. I thought that was what you were doing. So we're going to take Pete the Wanderer down towards the ruins of Mangrove Coast. And Menace is not going to be moving, so we can skip that, we can skip that, we can skip that, and proceed forward. We'll see what we get here. Wurzag is on his way further north. Armand the Devoted. I do not like the amount of Bretonians that are floating around down here anymore. There's too many of them. Alright, Aranessa's ship has constructed its gaff launcher and its heavy ballast. We've encountered the top knots. Aranessa has gained a rank, so time to level her up again. And I think we'll get casualty replenishment rate because she's struggling with it up there, to be honest. And if she's struggling now, she's going to struggle later, so... Cursed to haunt the waves forever, never finding rest or solace. Ghost Fleet. That's what we're going to get. We've recruited a couple of units into Aranessa's army as well. She's still got some population in order to upgrade these things. So we can upgrade the Gaff launcher again to a Trident launcher. 3 prongs are definitely better than 1. Yes, they are. And you know what? We'll get stone weight as well, because we still got 3 population surplus. So 1 on that, 2 on that. A stone weight. Such things are useful if you don't want to lose the lot. Ship, crew, and cargo. In fact, we may actually get that one as the 2 because it's more growth, so we'll get that one faster if we have that one. That would make more sense.
Freezing.
She's still replenishing. Skip Johnny Sinkswell. Pete the Wanderer. Ari, you don't want to leave the house, but you have to. Ryan, welcome to the stream. How's your Wednesday going, mate? Why do you need to leave the house, Aria? Pete the Wanderer is still on his way back home. It's looking like the fastest way for him to do that is that way. Yeah, the Chaos have brought more fleets in. Ryan, Johnny Sinkswell is still in Miragliano. We have unassigned skill points which belong to Son. And Ryan, Johnny Sinkswell has received word from Aranessa because she has heard of him defending Sartosa from Connor the Creeper and his betrayal. And for that, Johnny Sinkswell is being made the Fleet Beastmaster. The Beastmaster ensures all monsters kept aboard are looked after, in turn ensuring his crews make it through the voyage intact. So essentially you're now responsible for the safety of all of the scurvy dogs and the geists and shit like that, the terrorgeists. There's not actually going to be a roleplay aspect to that job, I don't think. It's just what I consider to be the bottom rung on that ladder. Because in my opinion it should be Beastmaster, then you're in charge of the guns, then you're in charge of the ship, then you're in charge of the money, and then move up to this second line. So Fleet Beastmaster Johnny Sinkswell. With that, Ryan, Aranessa's orders to Johnny Sinkswell are essentially to continue defending the home front, but he can do that in more or less whatever way he sees fit. As long as he doesn't fuck off to Nagaroth and leave Sartosa undefended, I think he'd probably be okay. So you've got a little bit more leeway there. Have an errand to run, but hopefully once this is done I will have my computer back. Excellent, Aria. I hope that the errand goes well. Can I name any animal units that are not claimed by people in here? Hold on, let me have a look at something here. No, I'm going to say no. Mostly because I want the units that people name to be, to feel unique. If every unit in the army, for whatever reason, ends up with its own name, not only is it going to confuse the shit out of me, but it's going to mean that, the people that are following and naming units, their unit isn't special anymore. So I'm going to say no on that one, I think. Are the Sartosa Hellhounds still kicking it? I believe they are.
Sun melts snow.
Yes, they are. They're actually a rank 8 unit now, so they're one away from the max rank. Let's proceed to turn 144. Clan Pestilence has been destroyed. Nagarith and the Exiles of Nehek have negotiated a military alliance. Dark Elves and Tomb Kings. Interesting. Sudenberg and Thagan's errantry have formed an alliance.
By my nan's beard. Snow!
Oh, hello. The night sky bleeds purple. The wind of Shyish is strong, instilling the crew with newfound vigor and strength. Now is the time for more action, for conquest, and for using this magical boon to our advantage. Should we control the seas, or turn our attention to new lands? What do we think, guys? I think they're faction-wide, Ryan. I'll check when we've made this decision. I'm sure they said faction-wide. Ryan's saying sea legs. Mike's saying landlubber, so now we're at a tie. Who's gonna break the tie? Well, I go pray for me, bye for now, chat. See you soon, Arya. Hopefully it goes well and we get you that PC back so we can get you back onto SRP. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to break the tie here. We're pirates, so we're just gonna go with sea legs, which is campaign movement range. We've constructed those things. Ryan, your job is... the top one is faction-wide, the other two are your army. So deck droppers, terrorgeist and scurvy dogs get 15% weapon strength, and there's +2 unit experience for rotting Prometheans, rotting Leviathans and Necrofex Colossus. And then upkeep for deck droppers, terrorgeist and scurvy dogs is reduced across the faction.
Cold as ice.
Right, Aranessa. We are going to upgrade her stone weight to a steel anchor. Hand forged in the Empire's industrial heartland. Hand stolen off the coast of Kislev. She's still got a few turns left of replenishment to go there. Ryan, any orders for Johnny Sinkswell? Whilst, oh no, Pete's already on an auto move, isn't he? I think I'm going to have the Menace start doing something. He's going to move up the pass at Karak Buftar. 58% chance. Let's try and damage the pile of shiny stuff, I guess. He failed. Assuming nothing has changed, we'll sit tidy. Okie do. In that case, onwards to turn 145. There's Pete beginning his journey home after many, many wanderings. No, I just don't think that, like, from a mechanic standpoint, he needs to do stuff to level up, and from a roleplay standpoint, he's a Morngul, and we've basically had him haunting the same small wood for a long time. So he's just gonna get restless and go out and start fucking with stuff. Couron and the Chevalier de Lyonesse have negotiated an alliance, which is not good. Bleakholds have been destroyed. Warriors of Chaos have been destroyed. Skull Takers have been destroyed. We've encountered Sylvania, or Sylvania. Ryan, something for you to be aware of if you're not is... Oh, they've lost Tabaro, but Couron has Magrita, and they have got several quite large armies around the Tilean Sea and the Pirate Coast. Aranessa has recruited her carronade. Does she actually have the spare pop for that? Oh, I guess she does now. So I guess we'll get a harpoon launcher then. The addition of a rope stops the quarry from simply limping away to fight another day. Excellent. We'll grab that. And Aranessa's going to be there for 4 turns anyway to recruit that Necrofex, but that's how long it's going to take to replenish some of these units. We're ignoring that. Pete's on an auto move. The Menace is going to continue trying to harass Karak Buftar. Succeeded and gained a rank, which is what we are attempting to do. And we're going to give him the damage building because that's what he's doing right now, so it makes sense. It is not just the forces of chaos that can despoil, break and ruin. Can I take a quick nosy at my force? Of course you can, Ryan. So you have Johnny Sinkswell, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps. Anne Bonny, Vampire Fleet Captain of the Deeps. Bill the Brine, the Gunnery White. You have a unit of level 3 Depth Guard, 2 units of level 2 Zombie Pirate Deckhands with polearms, 3 units of level 2 Zombie Pirate Deckhands, 2 units of Deck Gunners, 1 level 2 and 1 level 5, 3 units of level 2 Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob with handguns, which is rifles. 1 unit of Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob with bombs that are level 3. A unit of Scurvy Dogs at level 2. 2 carronades, 1 at level 2 and 1 at level 4. And 2 mortars, both at level 2. So there you go. I'm going to pop a save because it's turn 145. Do I have access to Depth Guard with polearms? Well, you do, but there's no space in your army. Given there's chaos on the horizon and a lot of Bretonnians sailing about, I might want to upgrade my polearms. Are you talking about getting rid of the zombie pirate deckhands with polearms and getting depth guard instead? It's your call. Can I disband the 2 units with polearms and swap them for depth guard? Yes. Ooh. Disbanding the size of this army by too great of an extent may lead to its lord losing loyalty. 2 units in an army of 20 shouldn't be too much, and it doesn't look like he did. So we shall get 2 depth guards with polearms and proceed. Pete the Wanderer on his way across the sea. Carond Car have been destroyed, as have the court of Libaris. Sergeant Civilis has gained the insane trait. Maybe a realization of chaos' true nature, or simply too much fungus brew. Either way, this one is insane. Oh dear. Okay then. Let's go through the rest of these notifications. Your pole arms have arrived. How long is Aranessa going to be there? Still another 3 turns.
Snow?
Johnny Sinkswell, you now have your depth guard with pole arms, and Bill the Brine has leveled up. We are going to put his first point into training. This champion extols discipline and fear away from the battlefield as much as on it. Nothing we didn't know already. I mean, you know, there is that. See if we can have the menace damage the greenskin camp in here. He failed. We have unassigned skill points which belong to Son, or Sergeant Syphilis, and we'll proceed forward. Anything available to build in the home regions? No, because you usually get a pop-up. I'll check, but I think not. More Bretonians. There's a lot of them. We've researched forged steel shot. The winds of magic have changed. Aranessa will be remaining still.
Yes.
Johnny Sinkswell will be doing whatever Ryan wants him to do. The Menace is going to take another stab at the buildings in here. We're going to take a stab at... Wait a minute. How's their public order look? Oh, they're actually very close to a rebellion. So we're going to target the boss's tent to get rid of that public order. Success! And a level up again for the Menace. Another point in damaged building. Research is available. The home regions, nothing to build, Ryan. Range for zombie pirate gunnery mob and deck dropper units. Well, that's probably a good idea, so we'll get steadier aim. Being technically dead can have its advantages when the fight reaches a screaming pitch. Justin coming in with the tier 1 sub. Justin, thank you very much, mate. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. And welcome to the stream as well. How are you doing, mate? How is your Wednesday going? Matty's back as well. Welcome back to the stream, Matty. Justin, thank you so much for that sub, bud. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. I'm on lunch, can't wait to get off work. Ah.
Look port, then starboard.
How
All
long
you
before you're
see
off
is
work?
mine. Now you are informed. We can parley.
This is the top knots. They want a non-aggression pact. But they're not paying for it, so we're not doing it. You're working till 9 PM, Matty? Four more hours for Justin. I think not. Ah, very clever, Ryan. The Rakaf dynasty has been destroyed. The Doom Tide. The Chaos Horde has poured in, a remorseless tide scouring all in its path. Yet even the most savage flood must eventually recede, leaving a battered survivors to pick through the flotsam on ravaged shores. "We are saved," they cry, heedless of the fact that tides are certain in one respect: they will always rise again. The old world has survived the onslaught, yet now another wave rolls forth from the accursed chaos wastes. Aminar has attacked. I'm not reading that anymore because it happens too often. They disappeared. The populace in one of your settlements is gradually vanishing. On certain nights, whole ghettos or districts are left abandoned. The only clue for the remaining denizens is a triangular symbol daubed on a nearby gate or wall. Katraz's Rest has reduced populations. Pete the Wanderer! We are still attempting to bring Petey home. Let's keep him moving. I may have a hunch where the idea came from for last night. I don't know what idea you're talking about. I also don't think... I don't think your hunch will be correct, if I'm being completely honest, but we'll see. One more turn for Aranessa, I think. Ryan, Johnny Sinkswell still sitting tight. Menace of Miragliano going to attack Karak Buftar and go at the boss's tent again. Another success and another rank up. We are going to put that third point into damage building. And proceed forward. I think we'll move south to the smaller town via water. I'll do that on the next turn then, Ryan. I should be on tonight, Justin, yeah? Promise bow won't hit you. Black Buckthorn, cruising the straits between Sartosa and Katraz's Rest. Alright, Ryan's moving via water towards Katraz's Rest. Oh, sorry, Johnny Sinkswell is. And Aranessa has replenished her army. So she's going to resume what we continue to try and do, which is take out the weakest pirate, which now is actually Silostra Diaphon. Where does she live? I know she starts somewhere around here, I think. But she's not there anymore. Where are you, Silostra? We haven't actually met her. That's interesting. So where is she then? A lot of the jungle is ruins, which probably means it belongs to Chaos. I'm confused that we don't know where Silostra Diaphon is. Especially since all of the coast is now visible to us, so she's not on the coast then. Well, I mean, if she's not on the coast, she's not a proper pirate, is she? So we could probably just skip her and jump to beating Count Noctilus up again. Although it does look like Nock has managed to grab part of Ulthuan, or at least one settlement. He's grabbed Vol's anvil. But let's start heading for Noctilus.
A done deal. I never linger.
And then Pete the Wanderer has an auto move queued up. If you want a pirate gone, well, one's getting awfully close to home. Could she be already knocked out given she's the weakest? Yeah, but she still has points, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. The Menace of Maragliano going to take another crack at that orc boss's tent and is going to succeed again. We've maxed this out now, so we shall max out spread corruption. The locals take notice and will be inspired or frightened into action. He's going to spread vampiric corruption a bit more wherever he is now. We'll proceed on to turn 150. Pretty sure we KO'd a couple already that are still on the list. Yeah, we did. She could be knocked out, I guess. Sylvania have been destroyed. And the Hunts Marshal's expedition have formed an alliance with Tiranoc. Black Buckthorn still roaming around. Trace have re-emerged in the north of Ulthuan. And Anne Bonny has gained a rank. Right. I saw Chaos Fleets relatively close to Aranessa. I don't know where they've gone. It looks like maybe the High Elves beat most of them. So we shall continue south. Who are we at war with? Chaos, Hexawatl and the Dark Elf Slavers. So nobody in the east. In that case... Oh, well, that made a massive difference, but we'll go full speed. Ryan, Johnny Sinkswell, are we entering Katraz's Rest? Pete has an auto move. Menace is going to continue harassing the Greenskins. He failed that time. Yes, we're moving into Katraz's Rest. Okie doke. And Anne Bonny has leveled up. She is going to take... Oh, she's level 20. She's going to take Immortality. Who wants to live forever? As it turns out, most beings wouldn't say no. So now, even if she's quote-unquote assassinated by an enemy agent, she'll only be wounded for a few turns. And then she'll be back. She's now the same as Aranessa. It doesn't matter even if the army's wiped out, she will not die. Gonna head back to work, Justin. No worries, mate. Thank you for stopping in and thank you very much for the sub. Welcome again to the Wolf Pack. Turn 150. Wifey is a boss. An immortal boss. Harry the Creeper. What a terrible name. Ooh, Finn Trueye from the Dwarves has came down and reclaimed Karak Bufdar. Interesting. Servants to Chaos have been destroyed. The Lizard Men and the Skaven performing rites. Mike, Pete the Wanderer, has actually leveled up. There's actually no benefit to her being in Forced March by the looks of it. She gets like 3 feet further. 60,000 channel points, Ryan. Thank you very much, mate. Let's do it, says Mike. Let's do it, Mike. Where would you like to invest Pete the Wanderer's next points? Or point? Evanescence. Or Evanesce? I'm gonna go with Evanesce. And like that, it was gone, along with the village and its inhabitants, ne'er to be seen or heard of again. +5 Wind of Magic starting amount and 10% physical resistance. Not bad. And with that, Pete is 1 turn away from home. Ryan, any orders for Johnny Sinkswell? Meanwhile, the Menace is going to try and harass the dwarves. So we'll try and damage the Trinket Maker. And we failed. We'll hold where we are. Okie doke. Pushing on. Yeah, I think maybe Silostra is dead because I didn't see her on the player list there, the faction list. A great engagement. A major naval battle has ended, leaving hundreds dead on each side. Death is no barrier to continued service, as well you know. Those who fell in battle would make fine new recruits. If we make haste and head off at full sail, the perished could be reanimated before they're lost to the ocean. We must decide if this boon is worth the toll it would take on our crew. Should we make haste or ignore the battle? What do we think, guys? Sahara's in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Sahara. How's your Wednesday going? Reese's in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Reese. How's your Wednesday going? Ryan's voting for Nothing But Death. Reese's having a good Wednesday, and Mike's saying Nothing But Death too, so that's what we're going to go with. Which gives us extra campaign movement range and line of sight, which is lovely. Nothing But Death. And with that, we are going to bring Aranessa further to the south. Oh, hello. We're at war with somebody there. Bordello Rebels. Oh, okay. Oh, I think we accidentally just sailed into a treasure thing. Beast from the deeps. The remains of a large sea beast are spotted floating in some nearby backwaters. The unidentified creature has been inexplicably ripped to pieces by an explosive force, its belly torn open and exposed. This mysterious find could prove bountiful, for who knows what devoured treasures might reside within its guts. An unidentified ship has also been spotted nearby, rival scavengers. Whoever they are, you are not one to share salvage with anyone. What do we reckon, guys? Putting the finishing touches on Alice for tomorrow, Zara. Excellent. Ryan saying loot the carcass. Mike saying loot the carcass. I think that means it's going to be a loot the carcass. Sahara's saying that too. That's definitely going to be a majority. Loot the carcass, and there is a battle, but that looks pretty simple to me. And we have all of our units at full strength, so we'll just auto-resolve it. We shall... we shall assimilate the captives, all 183 of them. And we gained 8,000 gold. The rival salvagers you spotted turned out to be a freebooting horde of undead pirates. As you approached the putrid remains, they turned their guns and cannons on you. After dispatching them in the ensuing sea battle, you looted their galleons' coffers, which had been recently filled with trinkets and valuables extracted from the dead beast's belly. Wonderful. How charming. Let's continue. Aranessa has actually leveled up. So we shall give her level 2 of Ghost Fleet for extra casualty replenishment. Ryan, any orders for Johnny Sinkswell? We have a level up for Bill the Brine. He can't take level 2 of training yet, so let's take Always Ready. Death is always just a shot away. We'll do Menace first. Continue just trying to harass these dwarves. Failed to damage the building. But he did level up. In which case, I'm going to give him an extra point in Assassinate. A skilled assassin is a cold-hearted killer and a merciless murderer. No orders, keep things straight at home, going to pop AFK for a few minutes. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for letting me know. Mike, I believe that Pete is home. He has arrived back at Sartosa after many a year wandering. Appropriate much, I'm making a Grace O'Malley costume next. Yeah, we Aranessa Saltspite roleplay every Wednesday on Warhammer Wednesday. It's undead pirates. Vampires, ghosts and zombies. Let's recruit a lord if you don't mind. We can certainly recruit a lord. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to get a full army out of them, but that's fine. So we have several options. This up here is their loyalty. I don't know if you're at work, Mike, so hopefully you can see it. This is the type of lord they are. There's a couple of different ones. And then they have a trait. So you got Pete Amstrel, who is an instigator. And a Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps. William Sea Urchin, Vampire Fleet Admiral of Death and a Fire Starter. Lana Sealegs, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps and a Murderer. Samuel Kelpclaw, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps and a Smuggler. Tommy Anstand, Vampire Fleet Admiral of Death and a Plunderer. Timmy Barnaclebeard, Vampire Fleet Admiral of Vampires and a Plunderer as well. Lottie Dew, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps, who is a Firestarter. Mary Halfmast, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Vampires, who is a Smuggler. Cat Greer, Vampire Fleet Admiral of Death, who is an intrigent. Never heard of that one. Beatrice Butters, Vampire Fleet Admiral of Vampires, who is an intrigent. And Rich Sharp, Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Vampires, who is a murderer. Like, I don't know what criteria you're making, like, the most important, Mike. Do you want a good trait? Do you want a, like, specific field, like a specific school of being a vampire? Or, like, a specific amount of loyalty? Because there's a lot of vampire lords here. And obviously the name is irrelevant, because you can call them whatever you want to call them. Highest loyalty. Okay, 6, 7, 9. That one is 5 to 10. The one that had a 9 was 4 to 9. So the highest loyalty is Pete Amstrel, a Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps, who is an instigator. It takes more than mere muscle to be leader. You must also know how to make money and how to inflict pain. A lot of pain. His loyalty decline rate is lowered, so he loses loyalty slower. And he gains loyalty from recruiting and fighting with other pirate lords. Mike's gonna BRB. I think he said the highest loyalty, so we'll grab Pete Amstrel here.
All bones on deck.
And then he's just gonna have to
All bones on deck.
sit and chill in Sartosa until Mike's back, I think. So we'll proceed on to the next turn. Oh shit. Sorry, Mike. You said BRB after saying highest loyalty, so I thought you would just like that one, and I'll be back in a sec. We could show you the 9 on the next turn. We can always disband that guy. The Golden Order and Ostland have formed an alliance. Alright. Whilst we wait for Mike to come back from his BRB, we'll move Aranessa. She's going to be continuing to make her way down the coast. Ryan's BRB and Johnny Sinkswell's kind of just holding, so he's going to stay where he's at. The Menace of Miragliano will continue to annoy the dwarves and live up to his name. Right, that brings us to Mike again. I'm pretty sure that it should be the same people that are in here. Yeah, it is. Mike, are we back? He came out with a 5. Don't think that Mike is back yet. I don't want to just sit and do nothing, so until he's back we'll just continue with the stream. Unassigned skill points. Hero not moved, that's fine. Alrighty, on to turn 154. That's all right, Mike. We'll have a look on this next turn at what you were wanting to look at. Oh.
Can you feel it? From the north it comes. The tendrils of chaos spread south, tainting the lands. And with it, the warriors of chaos march. We must ready ourselves, for war is coming. But who has brought the warring tribes together? What manner of champion holds that power? Oblivion has come, my lord. Archaon, the ever-chosen Lord of the End Times, has re-entered the world. With him marches a chaos host numberless in size. Prepare yourself for the coming apocalypse.
The old world despairs, for Archaon the Ever-Chosen, champion of chaos, has come, and with him the end times. Once a Templar priest of Sigmar, Archaon uncovered a terrible secret which drove him to reject his faith and pledge himself to the gods of chaos. In their service, he has devoted himself to the world's destruction, defeating all challengers and rising to a position of dominance over all in the chaos wastes, achieving the ultimate accolade, his dark coronation as the Ever-Chosen, the vessel through which the dark gods unite their followers to turn the world into a realm of chaos. It is to his banner that the warriors of chaos have been flocking, and it is his malign will that now drives them forth in a terrible wave of destruction, destined to sweep all before it. The earth groans beneath the iron-shod feet of Archaon's numberless horde, and with him comes death. Is there any champion of the old world mighty enough to withstand the Lord of the End Times? Well, maybe, but it probably ain't gonna be us. Alright, here we go. Aranessa first. We're gonna keep her moving back towards friendly territory. She's gonna need to do some replenishment before she fights Noctilus. Ryan, I believe, is still BRB, so this Johnny Sinkswell promotion we shall skip. Mike, are we around? Yes. Okay, so the level 10, well, the potentially level 10 loyalty came out with 5. That's Pete Amstrel. He is a male vampire fleet captain of the Deeps, and his trait was the instigator trait, so he gains loyalty from recruiting and fighting with other pirate lords, and +1 recruit rank for everyone in his army. The other one is a female vampire fleet admiral, a vampire fleet admiral of death, who is an intrigent, so she gains loyalty from ambush and lightning strike battles and has a 25% chance of ambushing enemy armies. So do you want her or do you want him? Let's stay with him. Okie doke. What do you want to call him? Because he's currently called Pete Amstrel. Let's leave it as Pete Amstrel. Okie doke. In that case, you have some level ups. You actually have 7 skill points to spend at the start. You start as a level 8. Where would you like to put your skill points?